Hello, guys. Welcome to Fight Life Nation. All right, guys. Let's talk about this situation going on with Wonderboy in the UFC. Wonderboy's supposed to fight at UFC 291 in Utah against Michel Pereira. Michel Pereira misses weight by like 3 pounds. Wonderboy, who's already done this before, he fought a guy who missed weight in Darren Till and lost in a controversial decision, turns down the fight. Says, hey, I don't want to fight somebody who's technically cheating. They're coming in overweight. We had a contract. He didn't honor it. He turns down the fight. Then he goes on to Ariel Helwani's show, the MMA Hour, and says, hey, I still haven't been paid. I think Bloody Elbow was the first one to really talk about it. Bloody Elbow came out and they said, hey, Wonderboy still hasn't been paid for Saturday night. Wonderboy said, hey, I haven't been paid, but Dana White's on vacation. I haven't had the time to talk to him. I want to try and work things out. Or hopefully you work things out. Obviously hoping to get some money. So, here's the thing. Fighters have bout agreements and contracts before the fight, right? That's how they sign their contracts. They're considered like independent contractors. The bout agreement's for a fight. If they want any kind of language in there to get money for a fighter missing weight, shouldn't that be in the bout agreement? Dana White pointed out in his post-fight press conference when he did the Dana White's Contender Series, because that's one of the big times that they can always talk to Dana and you can ask him anything you want, is at these post-fight press conferences. He said, hey, you can't not fight and then get paid $250,000. He just threw that number out there. I don't know if he was actually saying that's what Wonderboy was supposed to get paid, but he threw that number out there. And Ariel Helwani made a video today, and he just went off on Dana White, and it was like, hey, you should pay him, and you have all this money, and you've already sold the tickets, and you should pay Wonderboy his full purse. Or, you got to take care of him because you can do it. Here's my thing, guys. It's nice to say that stuff, but if you run a business and you start giving away free money to people who don't want to work, you're going to run out of money pretty soon. That's not a good business strategy. Now, can the UFC afford to pay Wonderboy? Yes, they could. But I think it would set a really bad precedent, of stars coming in, someone misses weight, and they go, okay, well, we're going to have to, we're going to not fight, and we want our whole pay. It's a real simple solution. In the bout agreement, you make sure you put that in the contract, and you make sure it says, hey, if I make weight and my opponent doesn't, this is the set amount that I want to make. I don't know what amount you put there. Maybe it's half of whatever the money would have been, but that would be a great idea. I don't know if the UFC would sign that bout agreement, but that seems like a fair thing, or off of that bout agreement, but that seems fair. I think as long as you pre-negotiate it and you say, hey, this is what we're gonna do, I can understand it. But just to say that the UFC should do anything just out of the goodness of their heart, that's just, I think people have like a sense of entitlement. And I think in this case, people are having entitlement for Stephen Wonderboy Thompson. I don't know if he's necessarily has said that he should get his full pay, but I think he wants to get some kind of pay. Training camps cost a lot of money, and this has been a few months, so I understand. But I mean, just to expect to get paid for not doing work, that's kind of hard. It's hard as a fan to think that that's okay. I understand. I'm a fan of fighters. I'm a big fan of fighters. I respect them, and I want the best for them. But I understand from running a business that if you're going to assign people to fight and they don't fight for whatever reason, you can't just hand over money to them. If it was pre-negotiated, then it would be in the contract and it would be understandable. Maybe this is a lesson that each party can learn from now on. Hey, let's not sign contracts that we don't agree with. But I think there's a lot of like revisionist history when it comes to this. People are going to say, oh, the UFC didn't take care of Wonderboy Thompson. And it's not the UFC's responsibility to. Would it help them build, healthier fighter-promoter relationships? Yes, it would. But I think they're more worried about multiple shows falling apart because fighters don't want to fight. We've seen them have to build emergency fights. Most notably, last year around this time, Nate Diaz was supposed to fight Hamza Chimaev. Hamza Chimaev missed weight by like 9 pounds. And Nate Diaz fight got switched around. They had to switch around the whole card the day before the event. So, I mean, there's precedent for not paying guys, you know, of saying, hey, let's work this out so we can get these fight cards, you know, these fights put together. I think in that case, I think Daniel Rodriguez, I want to say it was Daniel Rodriguez, got paid to not fight because he was scheduled to fight Li Jingliang. Wait, no. He was scheduled to fight somebody. Tony was supposed to fight Li Jingliang. I think Daniel Rodriguez was scheduled to fight Kevin Holland. That fight fell apart, and D-Rod, I believe, got paid so Holland could fight Chimaev. He was like the odd man out. So that's what I got for you guys. I know there's going to be people who disagree. I know there's a lot of people think the UFC should just hand over money to everybody. You know, that the fighter's always right. And Wonderboy did his job and he made weight. I understand. But when you sign a bout agreement, it's to fight. That's what I say. If you disagree with me, hit me up in the comments. Tell me why. Like, subscribe, share this video. Look forward to doing another one. I know I had crazy hair today. I really didn't want to do any prep. I even left the toolbox open today. It's an open toolbox topic day. All right, guys. I'll see you guys on the next one.